Presenting
The Complete
Orson Welles
and the Mercury Theater on the Air in The War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells.
This is Orson Welles, speaking from London.
as the third man.
Stand by.
We'll be on the air in 15 seconds, Mr. Wells. Yes, I know.
Stand by, everybody.
Mercury Theater on the Air presents Orson Welles as Count Dracula in his own version of Bram Stoker's great novel,
Who knows
Dracula.
what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The shadow knows.
Hello world, welcome to The Complete Orson Welles, brought to you by Dwayne Old Time Radio. This podcast will feature various classic radio programs ranging mostly from 1936 to 1952 that Orson either produced and directed, was featured on, or starred as a guest. If you enjoy my podcast, you can subscribe to receive notifications of new posts. Subscribing is free and only takes a moment. New episodes are posted weekly. If inclined, please leave a rating and or review on your preferred podcast service. Thank you for your support. Hope you enjoyed the genius of Mr. Welles. We're going to start the month of May. Happy spring, everyone. Everyone here in the U.S. With the Mercury Summer Theater of the Air. Orson did this story on Hello Americans, which I aired a couple of months ago, but he redid it again for the Mercury Summer Theater of the Air. This story is Abednego the Slave by John Tucker Battle, and this is the 11th episode of Mercury Summer Theater of the Air. This aired August 16th, 1946.
Good evening, this is Orson Welles, your producer of a special series of broadcasts presented by the makers of Pabst Blue Ribbon. The Mercury Summer Theater of the Air.
Tonight and every Friday night, Pabst Blue Ribbon presents you with a front row seat in America's favorite summer theater. So, while America's famous producer, writer, director, Orson Welles entertains you, pour yourself a tall, frosted glass of Pabst Blue Ribbon and enjoy at the same time great entertainment and this truly great beer. And now, Mr. Welles.
Our scene is the great American archipelago, the Antilles. The islands of the Caribbean Sea. Many peoples have lived and died there, pirates and planters, slaves and the owners of slaves. First there were the red men. And when the red men were no more, the white men turned for human machines to the dark continent. And for a good century, a most lucrative business was the African slave trade. Our scene then, the Caribbean Sea, one of its islands, our hero a slave, Abednego. He stands now in a fort, a ring of stone on a promontory of the island called Jamaica. There's a powder magazine here, gunpowder and 400 desperate Negroes. Abednego the slave is speaking to the insurrectionists.
My brothers, fellows in arms, my comrades, I do not like this thing you are to do. I wish I had the words to change your heart. Better than some of you, I know what it is to be free. I was born free in Africa. Who here remembers Africa? They came for us by night, the slavers. Who here remembers such a night? They burned our villages and chained us together. How many remember the slave ship? How many remember the slave block? My brothers, I do not ask you to forget the slave block. I ask you to live and remember it. I will tell you my story. I was lucky. I was sold as a houseboy.
60! You ain't here 70! No! 60 it is once! Twice! Sold! So, sir, Barnaby fixed!
Ah, splendid. Now, don't be frightened, boy. Speak up. What's your name?
Abednego.
Abednego? Oh, the last one out of the fiery furnace, eh, little fellow? Splendid. Hey, you don't understand what I'm saying, do you, boy? In other words, well, we'll soon remedy that. Look, you, Abednego, me, master. Now, who am I?
Master.
Yeah, splendid. Capital. Magnificent. Abednego, boy.
Yes, master.
Do you know what day this is?
Friday, Master.
Friday. It's a very particular Friday, boy. This is your birthday. In any case, the birthday we decided upon. You've been with me 2 years today.
Yes, Master.
Run out of the kitchen, fix me a glass of punch.
Yes, Master.
We'll use our secret recipe.
Yes, Master.
You make the best punches in the islands, I'll tell you that. Hurry along now, pitter-patter. When you're done, there's a sweet cake for you.
Thank you, Master.
You can do what you like for the rest of the afternoon. I'll not require you. This is your birthday. You can have your cake and eat it, too. Yeah. Abednego, fetch me my rug. The sea air's cold. That's good enough. Don't tuck it in. It's loosely over my lap. You may sit at my feet and tell me what you think of the voyage. Well?
Who lives on the island, Master?
The island is French people.
Master, are there black people on this island?
Oh, yes, indeed, Abednego. They're dark and comely. Oh, ye daughters of Jerusalem, look not upon them, that the sun has looked upon them. Yeah, that's in the Song of Solomon, boy. Run along now to the galley, fetch some hot water, and fix me a nice, strongish noggin of heart warmer.
Yes, Master.
If you hurry, I'll leave a good full inch in the bottom of the glass, what?
My brothers, you will say that I have not known slavery with such a master. It is true that I loved him, having no father. But I would have you believe what I tell you and learn what I have learned.
Coachman?
Yes, monsieur.
Is this the hotel?
Yes, monsieur.
Sounds like a merry evening. What, Abednego?
Yes, master.
Stay here in the carriage, sir. Don't go off and leave these light-fingered rascals to make away with my rug, mind?
Yes,
you,
master.
Coachman, you too.
Yes,
I
monsieur.
expect to find you on this spot when I come out. Now, wait patiently, both of you. Quite pleasantly, too. I will say, with all that pretty ballad music, your entertainment, be a good boy now, Abednego. And who knows but I shall send you out some goodies.
Yes, master.
Abednego. That is your name, lad?
Yes?
What does your name mean?
A king in the Bible put Abednego in a furnace, but the furnace did not kill Abednego.
Abednego is a good name.
Is this the coachman of Sir Barnaby Finch?
Yes, Henri.
Oh, Pierre. It's your coach the Englishman hired. I'm sent out here with sweet cakes for his monkey.
I'm not a monkey.
No, but you do tricks for cake, don't you?
He is only a child.
He's big enough to swing a machete.
Softly,
He's big enough to hold a torch. Boy, the master's name is Barnaby, no?
Yes. It is Sir Barnaby Finch.
Sir, I don't like sir, just Barnaby. Say it, lad. Leave off the sir. Go on.
Barnaby.
What's yours?
Abednego.
I'll say Barnaby and Abednego, and then say Abednego and Barnaby. Say it.
Barnaby and Abednego. Abednego and Barnaby.
Look, the stars are still in the sky. The heavens did not fall. Now think about that often. It's a little thought I've given you. When you're wiser, remember who gave you that thought. An unknown waiter. A poor, humble black. A man named Christophe, Henri Christophe. Eat your sweet cakes.
I don't want to eat the sweet cakes. I do not like to be a monkey and do tricks for sweet cakes. I shall throw them on the ground.
You eat the cakes, lad.
What?
You eat the cakes. You hear me? Eat them. They will make you strong. You will prove nothing by going hungry. You will prove nothing by dying. Unless you die fighting.
Yes, my brothers. When he was a waiter, I met Henri Christophe of Haiti. And Pierre Breda, the coachman who spoke to me, is now called Toussaint Louverture. He who was the hero of our people. After the revolution in France, when Robespierre abolished slavery in the colonies, Toussaint joined with the French garrisons to exterminate the Spanish and English. Men die, said Toussaint.
Men die. The people live. They will buy and sell us no longer. The slave trade is over. We have come to a new century.
Mass was said in all the churches. Haiti was independent with loyalty to France. Toussaint was governor, and a constitution was drafted in 1800, prepared for dispatch to Napoleon by the Council of the Island.
How shall we address the dispatch? We must give Napoleon his right title. Shall we say His Most Reverend Excellency or Majesty? That's it. Your Majesty.
We shall give him the most respectful of all salutations. To Citizen Bonaparte, First Consul of the French Republic.
Citizen Bonaparte? He dares to call me that, citizen? I who have conquered all Europe? I, the emperor, to be called citizen? By a slave?
Your Excellency, there is no rebellion. Toussaint has united the colony for France.
I have 25,000 men to spare. They are in need of maneuvers.
Yes, my brothers, the great Napoleon was frightened. The conqueror of all Europe feared a man on an island. He sent his ships, 56 of them. And Toussaint, the breaker of chains, was put into chains. And then one day, Napoleon wrote a letter to the caretaker of the prison.
I order you to take a trip. You may go anywhere you wish for 1 week.
Toussaint Louverture was left alone. He starved to death. The year 1803. Then it was Christophe's day. Napoleon, who freed Europe, turned tyrant. Christophe, who freed Haiti, crowned himself king. Have you heard of La Ferrière, my brothers? The great mountain fortress of Christophe. The citadel. Cannon wait on its ramparts. One for each day in the year. On guard at the endless echoing galleries. And where now is Christophe, King of Kings? Tambour Mamaloy, pound on his gravestone. Tambour Tamplin, give the dead king tongue.
I heard the drums call down the sleeping years. I walk again, Christophe, King, Henri Christophe, monarch of the North, black man, Christophe, King. I had a gold carriage. I had fountains and baths, Roman baths, and a small fat dwarf to make me smile when I was sad, and I was often sad. My ships brought velvet and satin and silk and pistols and muskets to back my laws, and a white man from France to hide my gold.
Majesty, you sent for me.
Come out here on the parapet. What are the masons?
The last one died an hour ago.
Oh.
I took them to my quarters where a feast was spread in celebration of the sealing of the treasure room.
How did you do it, with poisoned wine?
Yes, Majesty, we drank a toast to the great secret.
The great secret, they're all dead.
Oh, yes, Majesty. We alone know where your gold is hidden.
Only Christophe, the king, and Dupont, the engineer.
The secret is safe with me, Majesty. I have sworn on my honor.
60 million francs is a great price.
Majesty, the honor of a gentleman is above price.
Is your friend General Brunet a gentleman?
Oh, but assuredly, he's my kinsman.
Toussaint Louverture was not my kinsman, but he was my friend.
Majesty, I don't understand.
General Brunet gave Toussaint his word of honor that Toussaint would leave with safety after the parley. Do you recall what happened to Toussaint? I hear Napoleon gave Brunet a medal for doing that honorable thing. He says your kinsman?
By marriage only, Your Majesty, and after what you've told me, I renounce him. He's a man without honor.
Honor, renounce. I am sometimes glad that I was never taught to read words or write them. Deeds. Deeds. When you do a thing, it's done. And you can depend on it. Are you cold, Monsieur Dupont?
Oh, it's the night wind, Majesty. If Your Majesty pleases, I'll go to my quarters. The night wind is
Here,
cold.
take my cape.
I have my things to set in order.
I find the night wind soft and warm.
My ship sails at dawn, Majesty.
The Bonchance, yes, it sails at the morning tide.
And with Your Majesty's permission, could we talk less near the edge of the parapet? I'm troubled by a vertigo at great height.
I once marched a company of soldiers off this battlement to impress a British general with the discipline of my troops.
Rather a costly method of impressing him, was it not?
No, he concluded a peace as a result, and I saved the lives of 10 troops. Nothing is so impressive or final as a deed, Monsieur Dupont.
Oh, yes, I agree with you. And now, may I take my leave?
Monsieur Dupont, you address me without use of my title.
Oh, it is without intention, Your Majesty.
I'm a king. You are a commoner and a white man. I have scars on my back that were made by a white man's whip when I was a slave.
Is it fair, Your Majesty, to blame all white men because
No,
some
I've known many white men whom I like. Young Marquis de Lafayette, he's a good white man. I was young then. I worked as a waiter in a hotel here, but of course you know that.
Majesty, all
Europe
knows
They call for volunteers to sail north to join Lafayette, who's helping the Americans. I sailed with 800 other black men from Haiti, and we helped the Americans win their battle. They were fighting for liberty and equality, so we helped them. But still they buy and sell slaves. I think now that when white men say liberty and equality, they mean it only for white men, and only those white men who are rich and powerful. The hour grows late. Monsieur Dupont, you've completed your work here and have earned the sum I promised you. Shall I send it to your wife?
I don't understand.
I'm not a thief, Monsieur Dupont, but you're too much of a man of the world to remain in my services. It's not practical that I show you mercy.
In the name of God,
I will
Majesty.
take my cape, Monsieur. I have a fondness for this cape.
Sheer for 1,000 feet. I finished my walk that night alone. I am Henri Christophe, King of the North, and my secret sleeps with my bow.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to an original radio play, Abednego the Slave. This is the Mercury Summer Theater of the Air, and before we conclude our story, here's Jimmy Wallington with some thoughts on summer and on Mercury.
Well, all I had in mind, Orson, was to remind our audience that when the old Mercury rises and the collar wilts and the heat is really on, there's nothing like blended, splendid Pabst Blue Ribbon. Yes, when the sun broils those fairways, Mr. Golfer, what a real pleasure to drop into the clubhouse for a tall glass of Pabst Blue Ribbon. What a delight to enjoy the familiar smoothness, the unforgettable taste. You know, not too heavy, not too light, but fresh, clear, sparkling as the dew on an early morning green, with a real beer taste coming through the way you like it. Listen, golfers, tennis players, ball fans, all you folks who appreciate those never less than 33 fine brews blended into one great beer. If your dealer can't always furnish all you'd like, please keep on asking. Remember, it's still blended, splendid Pabst Blue Ribbon. And now Orson Welles brings you part 2 of Abednego the Slave.
Our scene, the West Indian island of Jamaica, a fort in the jungle. There's been an uprising of slaves, and one of them is speaking to the rest, speaking of the fight for freedom on the other islands. He is Abednego.
Yes, my brothers. Christophe, like Napoleon, rose with a revolution and made himself king. But Toussaint, who taught us both, who taught Christophe and me, Toussaint was never a tyrant. It is his wisdom that I give you now. I will tell you the rest of my story.
Abednego!
More bad news, Sir Barnaby.
Oh, really, Abednego?
That is plantation in the south.
Huh?
Troops had to shoot 16 more slaves.
16? What a frightful loss. I say, Abednego!
Coming, master.
Revolution's spreading like a pest.
I know
that
it is.
blasted mess in Haiti started it. to St. Louverture and Christophe. Things infectious.
Barbarous place, Haiti. I've been there. Food's good, though. Sauce a little bit too peppery for my taste. Too peppery. Abednego, these gentlemen are thirsty. Bring us some punch, boy. Our secret recipe.
Yes, master. The tyrant Napoleon waited for death on the island of Elba, and Christophe, the tyrant, waited for death on the island of Haiti.
Why is it so quiet? I have not heard a cock crow or a dog bark. Doctor, I feel only a numbness like a great cold. Doctor, when the people learn there will be trouble, who will fear a king with dead legs? There are candles burning for me. You think I'll die?
It's in the hands of God.
I don't trust God. I think perhaps he disapproves of me. Give me medicine.
I'm doing all I can.
I sent for another doctor who has more wisdom, older wisdom.
If you bring a Bokar into the palace, I shall leave. I'll have no dirty witch doctor pawing over my patient.
I am still king, Monsieur le Docteur. You address me without title. You're very sure I will not leave this bed again. Well, I can kill from my bed. Really? Bring me my pistols. Wait, Leech! Guards! Stop that long! Guards! Chile!
At the gates.
Where are the palace guards? Where are they?
At the gates. The gates. A mob is forming there.
Well, they waste no time. Where's the Bokar? I sent for him. He can cure me.
Majesty, none of the Bokars will come. Word is out that the people have cast 1,000 silver bullets.
1,000 silver bullets. The rada drums are talking in the hills. Chile, go out there. Kill every man, every woman, every child. Someone in that mob shouted, "Down with the king!"
Yes, Majesty.
Yeah. Fetch me my pistols.
Here they are, Majesty.
The 2 silver bullets. Those 2?
Here, Majesty.
Come back here, Julie! Julie, help me! Antoine! Celestine! They're here. And I'm on my throne. They look for me with their silver bullets. Let them have my own silver bullets. They will not find me. Who says a living dog is better than a dead lion? Look for me at the full of the moon, at the call of the drums. My ghost still walks. I am Christophe, King of the North, and my secret sleeps with my bones.
My brothers, I thought of these things, of Toussaint's teachings, of the death of Napoleon and Christophe. Then, the day came on our island for our people.
Who's there? Who's there? Oh, Abednego, you startled me. Abednego, what's the meaning of this? 8 o'clock. Do you realize I've not had my supper? There's not a servant in the house. Where's Leroy? Mingo? Where's Desi? Where are the field hens? What's happened to my slaves?
You have no more slaves.
Where are they?
They have joined the others in the hills.
Insurrection?
Everybody here now, Abednego. We ready?
Ready for what, you hulking ape? What's he talking about? What does he mean, Abednego?
No, Mingo.
All right. We set fire to this whole plantation.
Then he know what we mean.
There will be no burning. Go out to the tool rooms. Get machetes and axes. You hear me, Mingo?
Yes,
Poor fools of Abednego. Don't they know how many regiments are on this island? They think we have known for months about their Syria plans. Go out and tell those people to come back home where they belong. Abednego, you don't want to see them killed, do you?
I don't want anybody killed. Not anybody.
What do you mean by that?
Master, a horse is saddled waiting at the north gate. If you leave now by the back, you might make it.
Do you think I'm going to run away from my own house? Abednego.
Yes.
Are you with them? Oh, of course you aren't. You're like my son. You're a houseboy. You aren't a brute from the fields. You're my boy. You belong to me.
No. I do not belong to you.
I have a gun, boy. I could blow your head off. I have a horsewhip. You know I wouldn't use it. I think you're not on you. No. I'll tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to sit down here and wait for the soldiers, and you're going to go back to the kitchen and make me a glass of punch. Go on, boy.
You must leave now, Sir Barnaby. Quick, I hear them coming.
Stay here, boy, now. Back up against that wall.
Put down that pistol, white man.
Mingo, you fool, don't shoot! Ah! Get out of here! All of you, get out! Go to the place I told you and wait for me.
Hey, Bendigo, soldiers coming here for long.
Get out!
Bendigo.
Yes, sir.
I'm bleeding. It's bleeding inside, Abednego.
Master.
You've been slipping out into the hills at night with the rest of them. Why, you're just like the others.
We're all slaves.
I've always been kind to you.
You did the best you know.
Bendigo, I'm cold. Fetch me a drink of Abednego, a little glass of hot water. Our secret recipe. Be quick now. And I leave an inch in the bottom of the glass.
My brothers, fellows in arms, my comrades, who have said that I leave you because I go back to a kind master. No man should sell his soul for kindness, as surely as no man should buy another man for gold. I leave you, but not for my master. He is dead. I leave you because I do not like what you are going to do.
Bendigo, we got no army. 400 are we and 4,000 soldiers hunting on you. What chance have we?
No chance at all! That is why I tell you now to hide your machetes. Bury them. Now you will prove nothing. Those are his words, the words of Toussaint. You will prove nothing by dying unless you die fighting. Oh, be of good heart, my brothers. Live and grow strong. And someday, all the world will be free.
Well, old Finch's place doesn't seem to have been much hurt by the insurrection.
No, everything's about the same. I must say I'm glad I took it down. It's pleasant here.
Any truth in the report from the north?
What's that?
Seems what was left of them, 400 runaways or so, barricaded themselves in the old Spanish fort, touched off some gunpowder, and blew themselves up. Here come the drinks. Thank heavens.
Still the best punches on the islands. My boy here has a secret formula that even I don't know. Isn't that right, Abednego?
Yes, Master.
You've just heard a Mercury production of an original radio play called Abednego the Slave. In it you heard Elliot Reed as Abednego, John Brown, William Johnstone, Carl Frank, and many Mercury veterans, too numerous in our shortened time to mention. My apologies to them and my thanks. I'll be back in a minute with a word about next week's program, but first, here's Mr. Wallington.
Let me again remind you to be patient with your dealer when occasionally these days he is unable to supply you with all the Pabst Blue Ribbon you'd like. He's doing his best, you can be sure of that. Yes, and here's something else you can be sure of. Every single bottle of Pabst Blue Ribbon you do get will, as always, be the happy blending of never less than 33 fine brews. Yes, every foaming, frosty glass you enjoy will, as always, have that famous Pabst Blue Ribbon flavor. Not too heavy, not too light, but fresh, clean, sparkling, with a real beer taste coming through the way you like it. So keep asking for blended, splendid Pabst Blue Ribbon. And now here again is Mr. Wells.
Next Friday night, we'd like you to join us for a pleasant excursion into the American past. We're doing Sherwood Anderson's truly drawn and tender-hearted study of puppy love at the turn of the century. I'm a Fool. That's the name of the story. I'm not confessing to anything. Till next week, then, speaking for my sponsors, the makers of Pabst Blue Ribbon, and for Lud Gluskin, who's responsible for the music on this program, and Lucien Merriwick, who writes it, and for all of us in the Mercury Theater, I remain, as ever, obediently yours.
This program came to you through the courtesy of the Pabst Brewing Company of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, makers of blended, splendid Pabst Blue Ribbon. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Thank you for listening to and showing your support for my podcast. If you would like to receive notifications of when new episodes are posted, please subscribe to my channel. Subscriptions are 100% free, and they really help me get an idea of how I'm doing.